Alright, so the customer authorized the repairs. Next step is to take off the battery cover and inspect for stuff like this. You know, if this whole thing was in moisture, we might find some more green crusties. I would not be surprised. But is the battery good? Once we get to the bus bar, we can measure the voltages in all the cells, and if they're all within spec, then we just need to repair the connector over there and that battery sensing module. So let's just keep going here. In cases like this, you want to document everything, every little green crusty, take a picture of it before removing the fasteners. Okay, so that's coming off. Let me undo the nuts from the other side and we'll see what's hiding underneath. Alright, here we go. Got it. Actually never taken one of these batteries apart this far. Wow. There you go. There are all the cells. Bus bar, bus bar. We're after this mess. Let me pop off these covers. I guess they're not too hard to pop off of here. Alright. It doesn't look too bad. I think it's salvageable. Just a little green right there. So let's strip these wires back, make sure they don't touch anything, and do some voltage measurements on these wires here. This is where all the damage is. Alright, so my game plan is to cut off the crappy parts of all these broken wires, and then we'll put one piercing probe right here on this blue, and I print out a wiring diagram of the 18 cells, and the blue one is the ground. That's where this main ground cable is attached to. So I took that off. We'll plug in the service grip. I know this is probably not OEM approved, but if you're careful and you use your head and you take your time, it's gonna be okay. So let me clean up these wires, and we're only using a piercing probe. We don't want to strip these back and have these hanging out because they're gonna be live. So that's where these come in very handy, because we're gonna have to strip these back one at a time and solder on the new connector anyways. So poking a few holes right now. This is just to test the cells of the HV battery, and I'm going to write down the voltages at each cell 1 through 17. Each one should be over 15 volts, and 15 times 17 is what? 150 plus 90, 240 volts. Just write them down. Make sure the battery's okay. Once we repair it, it'll be back on the road. Well, we're not off to a good start. 0.85 volts on VB1. 0.85. Should be like 15, shouldn't it? let's keep moving down the line. VB2 is going to be the black wire, basically all in a row. I mean, for these, I guess we could just use a probe and measure at the lugs first. That'll probably be a little easier. Alright, so we just got a probe. This is the ground point. Make sure our wire is good. 0 millivolts drop. Let's see if we can get the glare a little more manageable here. So, here you go, 0 millivolts. First cell, 0.857. Okay, not good. Second cell, 1.36. Dang. 1.36. VB3, red wire right here. Alright, now we have 16.1. So that cell is good, and actually that's what we recorded right here. Third cell, 14.7 minus 1.3, that's about 14.7. I'm sorry, 16.1 minus 1.4, about 14.7. 4, 5, I'm just going to keep going here. See the fourth cell, 30.1, or about 31 volts, 0.0 volts. That was the pink. You can verify that is the pink wire. Next, 46.1. So there should be 15 to 16 volts between each cell. So that's good. So these two are bad. First one, second one. Check, check, check. VB6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, come on. 61.2. Guess we can undo this little cover. Yeah, there's some crusties on there, not gonna lie. Where were we? VB7, black and white wire. $76.3. So we're gonna keep going down the line, write them all down, and we'll see if there's something broken with the first couple cells. Alright, so here are the final numbers. Max was 227.6 at V17 all the way down there. And we have about 15 volts on each step. All the way, except for VB1 and VB2. So 0.85, 1.36. These cells are dead in the water. How do you explain that? Let's just double check. 0.85, 1.36. So are those cells completely dead? We can take off the bus bar in the back there, see if there was anything wrong connecting the cells. Just a little crusty back there. They don't look exploded or damaged. How do you explain that? Just look at my meter one more time here. So measure on end of this cell. Yep, 0.8. 1.5. 8.7. 23.5. There's something wrong with this end of the battery. That sucks. So keep in mind, you know where the meltage was? Well, which pins are those? That's exactly the second cell, so VB1, VB2. That black wire was shorting to ground, basically across right to ground, so that cell got depleted and caused this. It doesn't mean the cell is bad, that means it's completely discharged. Now, can we recharge it? Can we charge cells manually? Just to, you know, bump it up to something reasonable so the car will start later. Maybe with a regulated voltage supply? I'm just wondering what would be the way to do that. If you hook up ground across two cells, you're supposed to have about 30 volts. So I can hook up my 30 volt, you know, low amp power supply and just slowly charge these cells at whatever, a few amps, see if they accept the charge, get them up to 15 volts a piece, and that way they'll all be even when the repair is done. Should we try that? Alright, we got our regulated power supply, 30 volts up to 5 amps. So right now the amperage is turned down all the way. We got 4.5 volts from the ground to the second cell. It should be 30. So let's turn this sucker up. So I'm gonna take away the current limits, 5 amps max, we're very safe here. And we'll just turn up the voltage. So right now we're at 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 volts, 21, 22, 23. Can we restore these cells? I'm not so sure. They were depleted to 0. And look, our amperage is already dropping. I think this battery is going to be shot, the HV battery. So that accepted nothing. We're up to 30 volts and we're down to like 2 amps there. I'll leave this on here for a little while. But I don't have any very high hopes for this. So as you can see here, we're right at 15 on the first cell, right at 30 volts on the second cell. Third cell is going to be 45. So the voltages now are good, but these cells, the first two, didn't accept any current whatsoever because they were dead shorted out. I mean, this thing probably started the fire up. I mean, look at that. Can we restore these? 0.8 amps. Like I said, I'll let it sit for a little while, but my hopes are not very high. A quick way to put a small load across a cell is with a test light. So for example, if we just take a cell and go to the one next to it, see the test light lights up pretty brightly. That's about 15 volts. Same on that side. If you go 2 cells over, super bright, that's 30 volts. So if we want to load test across here. You know, that's 15 volts now, but if I turn off my power supply, I'm pretty sure that will get depleted extremely quickly. So let's just shut that off. You can unplug it. There's my test light, and if I leave it on there for a minute, I'm pretty sure we're going to get depleted quickly. Let's measure the voltage drop with the meter. That's still connected to ground. So 28 volts, that's low, it's dropping. If I put my test light across there, this is, you know, a 500 milliamp load at most. Look how fast that voltage is dropping on those cells. This is just across one cell. Smaller load, 27. I think they're shot. Can we replace cells separately here? Perhaps, but I wouldn't trust the Chinese eBay ones. We saw what happened to the Prius. There were one of the cells was out of balance, and then it went, the owner, you know, drove it around for a while and went pop. We don't want that. So unfortunately, a module and wiring repairs would not fix this Camry. That's why we're taking an extra hour poking around this battery to get a more accurate diagnosis. Well, eBay to the rescue again. You can get a refurbished OEM Panasonic cell. This is 8.2 volts, so 16.4 per pair, and we need 4 of these. Cheaper than buying a battery for $5 grand at the dealer. So I'll update the owner. Good thing we checked each cell at the battery. This car would not have run if we just replaced the module and fixed the wiring. Switching the cells out looks pretty easy. I mean, you just have to be careful. And we'll go from there. So stay tuned.